Kia ora team, and welcome to Big Boys Boxing, where we're all about exactly that. The big boys. With big knockouts. And the big fights. So let's get into this. Kia ora team! Welcome back to Big Boys Boxing. I'm Jono, your host. And today we're going to do a review of the weekend with the heavyweights, maybe a couple of others. I'll give you my thoughts and a bit of critique for a few fighters. But as per usual, I better get my ass over into the live panel on Discord. And for any of y'all who might like to jump on and have a yarn, give your opinion about some of the fights we're going to talk about, or whatever else boxing, there's a link right there for y'all. I shall pin that to the top in just a minute so it doesn't get lost. If I can get past the stupid heart thing as per usual. No, I can't right now. I'll do it like this. A throwaway comment there that moves my other one up so I can get to the 3 dots. That's a real pain in the ass, that heart thing over there. 3 dots are your bottom comments. And YouTube, take note YouTube, it's a pain in the ass. It's not convenient. Maybe convenient for people watching, but for mods, for channels, and for the person running it, it's not so cool. PCR in the house, what's going on, man? So if you rolling in, I guess we'll start at the bottom. And for me, it was probably the most entertaining heavyweight fight for the weekend, which isn't a great thing, I guess. But Johnny Fisher and what's his name, Armstrong, had a pretty good dust up. Johnny Fisher was the favourite and was expected to win. I picked Fisher on points, didn't get that far. It was a bit of a guess, to be honest, because I didn't know what either fighter was like past 6 rounds. So we did find out. I missed the first little part of the fight. It was on pretty early in the morning and on Sunday morning, and it was the night after my birthday, so I was a bit pissy-eyed still and whatnot. But I got up and it was like in the 4th round, so I haven't managed to go back and watch the early part of that fight, but from what I saw, it was okay. I mean, Armstrong was coming forward, he was being aggressive, covering up, trying to land. You could see he was the inferior boxer, for sure, but apparently Fisher put him down in the earlier rounds. I think it was round 2, but Fisher stayed composed, didn't blow his load. He knew he was in for potentially 10 rounds. Even in the post-fight interview, he was saying he was preparing for 10 rounds. He knew it might go that long because Armstrong's durable. So, Fisher managed to get a referee stoppage in the 7th round, and he moves on. He takes the Southern Area title. Next step will be an English title. So I'm not sure who's holding that belt, if anybody, at the moment. But Fabio Wardley, I believe, is the British champion, the Lonsdale belt. So that'll be a couple of steps down the track. I don't know how far Johnny Fisher will go, but he's got a good cult following. He sells a lot of tickets. He's entertaining to watch. So I'm not thinking he's ever going to be a world champion or anything, and I think realistically he thinks the same. But I'm interested to watch his journey. It will be fun. Thanks for the happy birthday, Phil. Appreciate that. Fisher knocked Armstrong down early in round 1. Okay, it was round 1, yeah. But yeah, he, from what I hear, he stayed composed after that. Didn't go to town, blow his load. So yeah, pretty good performance for Johnny Fisher. He seemed pretty happy with it afterwards. And Eddie Hearn was happy with it as well. One of his ticket sellers is moving forward, and he's not only a ticket seller because he runs around selling lots of tickets all the time. He's damn entertaining to watch. So look forward to seeing how far Johnny Fisher can go, man. Armstrong did well to survive the round. Okay. I have to find a copy and rewatch that at some point. So the next one on the card, funnily enough, I thought it was going to be right up the top of the card. But no, it was Filip Hrgovic and Dempsey McKean fighting for the IBF mandatory position that Filip Hrgovic already holds. I expected Filip Hrgovic to blast Dempsey McKean out of there because Dempsey is really negative, really clumsy, but he moves his feet pretty well, and he knows how to survive. He certainly loves to cuddle, that mofo. He's not fun to watch, as Dempsey McKean. But anyways, Filip Hrgovic started quite strong. He was landing a few good right hands. Dempsey was poking with the jab and smothering his own work and not being a good judge of distance. And he just refuses to fight on the inside, does that dude. He wants to poke and prod and move from the outside. And if someone gets inside on him, he just grabs hold. The referee didn't even warn him in the whole fight. I thought maybe he gave him a light warning later on, actually, in the fight. But after about 4 rounds, you could see Filip Hrgovic's conditioning, or he's got a mental problem. I don't know. He just didn't seem all there, seemed disinterested. He wasn't losing rounds or anything, but looked messy. And then when it came to the final round, he did land another one of those good right hands, and it rocked Dempsey McKean. And he jumped in wild as he does to try and bludgeon, and Dempsey ended up leaning over the ropes, and Hrgovic was on Dempsey's left hand side, pushing down with his left hand and smacking him in the back of the head over like 3 or 4 overhand rights over top of the ropes while Dempsey's head was down, smacking him in the back of the head before the ref stopped it. But Filip Hrgovic does that a lot. Bludgeoning, smacking with the inside of the glove, overhand right. You could see he was trying to do it when they get in close before Dempsey grabs. He was trying to fling that overhand hooking right, and quite often it hits in the back of the head or on the ear, but he never gets warned for hitting on the back of the head, really. It's shocking. And some people were saying that maybe it was a bit of a premature stoppage. Dempsey was on his feet, didn't go down, and he was stumbling around a little bit. But should Dempsey been given some kind of allowance or a stoppage for getting smacked blatantly 3 or 4 times in the back of the head? So maybe he should have been given time, in my opinion, to recover from getting smacked from fouls. So either way, it was a 12th round stoppage. I'm glad Dempsey lost. It's not because he's Australian. I do like watching Australians. There's always the Kiwis and Aussies rivalry and whatnot, but Dempsey McKean is a horrible boxer to watch, and I really wanted to see him get absolutely flattened. I thought maybe Hrgovic could do it, but it turns out Dempsey was really that awkward and boring, and just really difficult to once you land a good punch on him, as soon as he gets hit, he's grabbing hold, he's running forward to try it with his arms out, trying to grab hold of you. At one stage, I think even just before he got stopped, after he got hit with that right hand, he was trying to hold on to Hrgovic, and he was just hanging on to Philip's left arm. And he was hanging on for dear life, running forward, trying to get more body to grab onto you. I just hate that shit. I hate that shit. Alright, what else we got here? James Jameson in the house. What's going on, man? What do we got here? Oh, Nanu. What's going on, everybody? Right, so some boxing comments. Those rabbit punches did some damage. Yeah, he does it all the time. As soon as he's got a guy hurt, he throws multiples, and it's like nothing between them. It's just like back of the head, back of the head, back of the head, back of the head, and the refs like trying to stop him to stop the fight, but he shouldn't have been smacking him in the back of the fucking head anyway. Come on. Yeah, it's pretty bad from Hrgovic when he does it, and he's always done it and never really gets warned about it. So it's pretty bad from the referees and whatnot to just let that shit go. It sucks. Where's Gusty Phil? Hrgovic v McKean was a boring fight, yeah. Well, there was another one on there that was a boring fight in my opinion too, but we'll get to that. So the next one on the list was Derek Chisora v Gerald Agualo Negro, that's it. Agualo Negro, the Black Rooster, Washington. So I was expecting Washington to capitulate and eventually get stopped by Derek. We didn't see anything different from Derek. He came forward a lot, bobbing and weaving, throwing hooks, trying to set up that overhand right. We didn't see it early on for a little bit. Washington was trying to work behind the jab and trying to throw an uppercut every now and then when Derek was coming in, kind of like Parker did. But he didn't do it enough, and he was not getting any kind of respect from Derek. At no point did he look like he hurt Derek. He slowed him down at points. He was throwing a 1-2 quite often. He was moving a lot left and right, basically going backwards all night. So after about 4 rounds, I think, maybe 5, Gerald's output went right down. He was moving backwards faster, grabbing hard when Derek got inside, and basically it was just a run out. The last 6 rounds, Gerald was just trying to stay on his feet, and Derek got the decision wide on the cards, as it probably should have been. So I got that prediction wrong, but I don't know. I heard a few people saying Derek should retire and he's done, but I think he's still a really good gatekeeper. If you're not good enough to beat Chisora, you don't belong in the top 20. So if he wants to keep fighting, I've got nothing against it. He doesn't seem punchy or anything at the moment. He's always been a bit of a mad prick anyway, so I don't think that's anything to do with taking shots to the head. He's just always been a crazy mofo. So he's entertaining. He still makes good money. So shit, who should Derek fight next? Fabio Wardley could take a leap, try and break into world level. Maybe Derek Chisora, Fabio Wardley, something like that. Might not be a big enough money fight for Derek. I don't think Derek can get into the States with a working visa. I think he can get there visiting visa, so I guess there's potential American opponents, maybe Derek Chisora or Dempsey McKean. But I really don't like watching Dempsey McKean, man. That shit just bores the living snot out of me, eh? What else we got? See Steven in the house. What's going on, bro? Hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed the weekend's boxing. What else we got down here? We got popcorn boxing in the house as well. Also good to see you, my man. Hope you are well. Derek should retire. He shot one. Yeah, I agree. Fabio Woodley, big boys. Fabio Woodley, where we go? Blows him away. Yeah, well, quite possibly. I mean, Derek's definitely on the decline. That's for sure. You know, Woodley needs something like that to break into world level kind of thing. Is what I'm getting at. You know, I'm got no doubt Derek's going to keep fighting for a little bit more. And if he wants big money fights, he's going to have to take fights against guys that he's probably going to end up losing against, being on the decline. But shit, if he can pull out a big overhand right like he did against Takam, against one of these dudes, it's back into another lot of paydays, isn't it? So I don't want to see Derek hurt or nothing, of course, but yeah. How do you jump on, man? Look up the top, there's a link there. You click on that. You do need a Discord account. If you don't have one, it's simple as to sign up and free. It's just username and password, set that, click the link, and then it'll take you straight to the channel. It'll take you straight into the voice channel, and when you get in there, you just may have to activate your microphone on your device and you should be good to go. The options are in there to turn your mic on and off, your camera on and off, all that same sort of shit as in any social media platform voice channel sort of thing. So how do I jump onto it? Yeah, you should know, man. If you go to the Big Boys Discord one, there's if the link's not working for you, go to the Big Boys Boxing Discord server, and where you see the voice channels down the side, you'll see live YT panel, and you'll see me in there. It's just on Discord, Stephen. Kind of like when you go in and watch the boxing with us, just jump in that channel. There's no video stream in there. Yeah, so Derek Chisora moves on with a unanimous decision. Gerald Washington takes another loss at 41 years old. Hasn't been in the ring for quite some time. I think it's time to hang him up for Gerald. Go back to fixing helicopters and playing casual tennis or something. He looked like a sparring partner in there to Gerald. So I think that's his 6th loss now. So yeah, done at world level. I think for Gerald, I think Derek's also done at world level, to be honest, but like I say earlier, I think he's a pretty good gatekeeper to world level. And the main event, I guess we'll get into, Anthony Joshua v Robert Helenius, the very late 5 days notice opponent. Well, actually, he had 7 days. He found out literally 5 minutes after his fight the weekend before, his local finish fight. What we got here? You have an issue, says Stephen. I'm on Discord, but you can't. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, hold on, mate. Just a sec. Oh, you're in the wrong channel, Stephen. Hold on, mate. I can move you myself. Just a sec, mate. move. Where is it? Send. Oh yeah, here we go. There's more options if I scroll down. 7 timeouts. Where is it? I know there's a move somewhere. Ah, there we go. Move to Bush. Alright, Stephen, can you hear me now, bro? Yeah, man, I got you.
Yeah, cool, man.
Sweet. Alright, we're back over to YouTube. Okay, so I'm just about to break into the main event, but do you want to give some opinion on the fights I've already... Did you see the Johnny Fisher fight? Now I've lost you again.
Can you hear me, Johnny?
Got you now, mate.
It's sort of doubling up. It's sort of speaking in delay. It's odd. I don't know what.
You want to mute your YouTube, mate.
Okay, hang on. Mute YouTube. That's right.
And that should be fine after that.
Yeah, we good now?
We good?
Cool.
Okay.
Haven't been on in a while. I forgot how to do it.
It's all good. Yeah, so did you see the Johnny Fisher fight, mate?
Oh, no. I saw Dempsey McKean.
Okay.
Chisora and AJ.
Alright, you want to give your thoughts on that, the McKean and Hrgovic one for starters?
Yeah, I think Hrgovic's overrated. He really doesn't impress me that much. No, sorry, he got Dempsey McKean in the end, but you know, I just don't think he's really, you know, what he was cracked up to be, Hrgovic. But yeah, it was an okay fight. It was alright, but yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts on Dempsey at all? Anything more or less than you expected?
Oh, I think I can't remember what I picked for that. I think I might have picked that to go the distance, I think. Or a late round stoppage for can't remember what my picks were. I thought he would go rounds. I thought he would go rounds, Dempsey McKean, so that didn't surprise me.
Yeah, okay. I think I picked around 5 or something like that. I'll just have a quick look. That might be the one that you got pretty close to spot on, actually.
Prediction.
I'm in there now having a look. What have you got here? Second round, Chisora, where is it? Fisher. Hrgovic by 10th round KO, so you're pretty close, bro.
Yeah, damn.
Pretty close. So.
Yeah, no, I thought he would go okay, Dempsey McKean. I mean, he was unfortunate, that 12th round, he just got caught, but.
He did, he was so close, but what did you think about those shots in the back of the head, leaning over the ropes before the ref stopped it?
Yeah, that was pretty filthy, eh? That was filthy. I'm surprised the ref didn't have something to say about that, but. Yeah. Yeah,
well, like I was saying when I was going over it, I thought, shit. I know I don't like Dempsey McKean, I don't like watching the dude, he's boring as shit, but I think maybe he deserved the 5-minute recovery because he was getting fouled non-stop. It was like 3 or 4 in a row, but that's what it is. I think the right man won the fight, but at the same time, I think Filip Hrgovic always showed those signs of being raggedy and a bit one-dimensional. It's just early on he wasn't facing the level of competition to show us the flaws. You know, he was getting away with all that sort of crap, but
fighting the lower level guys.
Yeah, I mean he's got a good right hand and he pops that, you know, overhand right in close quite nicely and catches guys with it. He's got a bit of a left hook, but when that sort of stuff isn't working for him, he kind of runs out of ideas and really seems disinterested. Takes walks, take breaks, turns his back and walks away sometimes, like in the Zhili Zhang fight. So I don't know. He's in my opinion, he's probably maybe a top 10 or 12 kind of guy, but if he could time it right, he could possibly get a belt. If everything goes vacant at some point and he's still a mandatory, he might be able to get a shot against the highest rated IBF guy and pick up a belt. But I don't think he's going to be one that
Joseph Parker should have fought him instead of going up against Joyce.
That would have been interesting, yeah. That would have been much more fun. There's possibly a psychological thing with Parker and Hrgovic. I remember in the amateurs, Hrgovic's the one who busted Parker's eardrum. He beat Parker, and those slapping, cuffing shots in the air busted one of his eardrums, and he still went the distance with him. But I don't know. That'd be an interesting fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that one, Parker v Hrgovic. But I guess Hrgovic's probably not going to be fighting anybody too threatening after that one. Waiting for a shot, because he'd be the next in line after Dubois for Usyk, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And moving on, your thoughts on the Chisora and Washington fight?
Oh man, I wish Chisora would just retire. I really do. I mean, they are the people who run boxing. They just don't care about the guy. They're just going to keep throwing him in there and bleeding him out until there's nothing left of him. The guy, he's just. I just wish he's not broke. He's got money. I wish he'd just walk away.
He should, eh? He just seems to love it too much, and he keeps asking for it, though. So.
And they keep giving it. You know.
I guess.
No one's sitting them down and saying, "Look, mate, you can still speak coherently. It's time to go."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's got kids, and like you say, he's got himself some money. He's got himself what they call a ranch or whatever these days, a farm over there. So sit back and enjoy life. Watch some boxing. I mean, he can still be involved, with commentating and possibly some training, and it's not all over for boxing. But I think fighting, he probably should give up. But if he's going to keep going, he's certainly risking his brain health, isn't he?
Oh, he is, man. Yeah.
He's 39, so 39, that's old enough.
He's getting to that point, man.
And Washington, thoughts on them?
He did what I expected.
Yeah.
He's that he'll stay in there and he'll have his moments, but he did what I expected. He's just who he is. I guess he's like that. He's like a sparring partner,
That's it, eh?
He'll show up and give his best, but never really win.
Yeah. We've got Kevin Warrow in the chat as well. Good to see you, mate. Derek looked old. That's for sure.
Yeah, he did. He's aged badly.
Yeah. All right, into the main event. So Anthony Joshua v Robert Helenius, the late replacement. You want to give your take on the fight, Stephen?
Yeah, I thought AJ would start a bit quicker. I sort of put a small bet on him just to win in the third round. I thought he would come out a bit, look to make a bit more of a statement, but he's still coming out slow. He's still like a safety first boxer. He's that Ruiz fight still haunts him, I think. Just become very cautious, and I sort of don't begrudge him that completely. Nothing wrong with that, but it's sort of getting away from what he's good at. He's a big physical guy. His best attribute is being able to physically impose himself on people, and he's not doing that. He's sort of very safety first, very cautious, and against Deontay Wilder, he's going to have to start faster and be prepared to let his hands go, because the longer he's out there with Wilder, every second he's there, it's a chance for Wilder to put that right hand on him and knock him out. So he needs to get more aggressive.
Yeah. It's probably the right thing when you get further through your career to look at hit and not get hit a lot more. But with the crowd booing from the third round on for quite some time, and I was getting real bored with the fight myself. It's like I can understand why Helenius was doing what he was doing. He was short notice opponent. He wanted to at least survive for a while and help save the show and all that sort of thing. I think Robert thought he may have a chance if he can land a good right hand, and that's about it. But Anthony, he seemed afraid of the right hand from Robert Helenius, and with Helenius, his jab, he was kind of taking Anthony Joshua's right hand away a bit. He was popping the jab at the right time and moving his head just out of range, and you could hear Anthony Joshua in the corner, and I think it was about the 5th round or something, he was saying, I just can't find the right hand. So
yeah, and I mean, he doesn't double up on his jab, come behind it, you double up on it and step in, throwing it to closer distance, and then throw the right hand. You can come back with the left hook. He's not throwing combinations like he used to. Not
at all. He's afraid of what's coming back. I mean, it's either a single or a double, and then he's watching out for what's coming back. He's not, being aggressive, trying to put his punches together to do what he wants to do. He's so worried about what the other guy is doing. If he fights like that against Deontay Wilder, he's going to get knocked the fuck out, man. Seriously.
He is, man. He is, and that's when I was watching it, because it's like he used to throw those beautiful 3 and 4 punch combinations, man. He was a really good combo puncher, and you just don't see it anymore. And the thing is, if he takes an attitude against Wilder, he might say, look, if I go in there throwing, I might get hit with a counter and get knocked out. But the thing is, AJ, if you go in there not throwing and you're just standing there, you're going to get knocked out anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well get in there and let your hands go, man. I've got concerns for him, he's I didn't like what I saw.
See, James Jameson, AJ will knock Wilder out. He very well could. I mean, he's coming across as a lot more technical these days, and he is doing an okay job with the technical side of it. But fighting like you're afraid of what's coming back isn't gonna impress fans and improve your stock. And it seems Joshua isn't that interested in that kind of thing anymore. He's already got his following. Everybody knows who he is, so he's just worried about winning now. But I think being that tentative and giving Wilder the opportunity to think about what he's doing and set himself up, that's a recipe for disaster. Joshua used to be a very good inside in the pocket fighter and inside, but we don't see him do that anymore, and that's the key to beating it. Deontay Wilder is getting inside those long punches and putting pressure on, putting him on the back foot. But I don't think Joshua can do that anymore. So
yeah, I mean, he never got over that Andy Ruiz fight. And I agree with Kevin Worrell, and he needs like hypnotherapy or something.
Yeah,
he needs to go deep into his subconscious. In his subconscious, he's still carrying the trauma of that defeat to Andy Ruiz, and he needs to go and get hypnotherapy or something to try and just rewire himself and try to just get some confidence back. Start thinking differently. It's heartbreaking, really, to see, because he's got the power to knock Deontay out. I've always said when they fight, it'll be the guy that lands first.
Yep.
They can both smash each other. AJ could win that fight, but he's just not going to win it. The mindset he's got at the moment, unfortunately, it's.
Yeah, well, if he's gonna piss around with trying to be so technical for 6 rounds before he can land a good shot, he's gonna get one of those big right hands on him before then. I mean,
man. Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, it is what it is. If he thinks he can beat Deontay Wilder like that, all good luck to him. I'll certainly be watching it. It's a good fight. It's a pity it didn't happen 4 years ago when both of them still had O's, and it would have been undisputed fight. But
AJ would have been more aggressive.
He would have been. He would have been before he was potentially mentally damaged. So, yeah, it is what it is, and he gets the knockout win over Robert Helenius. I imagine Robert's he'd already retired after Wilder. He come back for a domestic fight and then just happened to get this opportunity. I expect he'll probably have a couple more like domestic couple of fights, and he was saying once he's gotten knocked out 3 times he wants to quit. So Time to go, Robert. I mean,
It is, yeah. He's at that age too, eh?
yeah.
You know.
I think he's 40 odd as well, so somewhere there, or 41 or something. So, yeah.
What did you think of the? I didn't see the fight, but that Navarrete fight, I picked him to win. He did.
Yeah.
A lot of people went for the other guy.
Yeah, well, the bookies had Valdez as a favourite as well. Not a huge favourite, but a favourite. I did watch that fight, and yeah, it was competitive. Valdez was landing the cleaner, more effective shots. He was trying to just throw that. It was getting pretty predictable with a counter left hook all night. He was covering up, moving his head for, 20, 30 punches from Navarrete, and then popping one big shot in. A couple of times he staggered Navarrete, but all in all, it just wasn't enough work throughout the fight. Valdez's eye got pretty badly damaged about halfway through the fight, and he had a couple of spurts. I think in the 9th round, maybe he won that one. Maybe the 3rd and 4th round or something like that, in the 7th round or 6th round. I had it 8-4 to Navarrete. Basically, I think that fight was just always going to be Navarrete on points or Valdez by stoppage if he lands something big. And he did land some good shots on Navarrete, but he proved to be more durable. Navarrete also hurt his right hand in the later rounds. He couldn't throw the right hand very well at all, but he fought through it. I mean, there was like 2 rounds where he didn't even throw the right hand full stop. But his volume did the job.
I saw that picture of his face. He looked smashed up.
Yeah,
and it was pretty brutal.
And even Navarrete taking some of those big left hooks and a few big right hands in the head, his face was pristine, like he'd never even been in a fight. So
yeah, I heard that. I have to try and hopefully it'll be on YouTube. I'll check it out, see if I can catch a rerun of it.
Yeah, it was on ESPN, so someone will throw something up, I'm sure. But yeah. So
what do you think of Dillian White, man? That guy, people are still making excuses for him. That guy is either a drug cheat or he's the most unlucky guy in boxing.
Man, like another boxer, I can't remember who it was. Dillian White's just not very good at doping.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
He just keeps getting caught, mate.
So,
God.
I don't know. It's an adverse finding, not necessarily a positive test.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. He might weasel his way out of it again. I don't know. The last one he was found innocent, wasn't he? With the Revis saga.
This keeps happening to him, eh?
Yeah, we'll see. He's on the slide anyway, so if he gets banned for 6 months to a year, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up just chucking it in. Had enough of this shit. So maybe he should go and fight some MMA fighters or something, or go and fight an MMA fighter in the MMA ring, because he used to be a kickboxer in that, didn't he? So
yeah. But I never talked to you about Crawford Spence. God, I couldn't believe watching that fight. Crawford to win. I picked him to win, but man, I never thought it would, the way it did. He just beat his ass.
There ain't many people, I think, that thought it was going to be so one-sided, but there was hints there, and I see, people talking about Spencer's car crash. There's got to be residual brain damage and whatnot. There may be. It would have been there in the last fight as well against Dukas, and we saw him, dropped his mouth guard out at one point there, and just switched off and took some shots. So
Funny though, with the Ugas fight, all his fans were saying, "Oh, Spencer's back. I've never seen him better. Oh, he's gonna break Crawford's face, and no one's ever beaten Ugas like that." And now that you're hearing, he was dehydrated, and it was the car accident, and all this stuff. And,
the sicker fans are so fickle, and you see a lot of the diehard Spence fans that they'll put down Bud and make excuses and whatnot. They're gravitating towards Jaron Ennis now. He's the new best thing that can beat Crawford. But so he's going to duck Jaron Ennis and move up to 154. But he's already said that he's going to 154 anyway. How much money is he? How much money is he going to make fighting Giron Innes?
Right, well, that's the new narrative. He's running from Boots, but Crawford understands it perfectly. I read an interview with him, and he said he goes, look, if I beat Boots, it's a lose-lose situation. He said, like, if I beat Boots, they're just going to say Boots was inexperienced, he hadn't fought anybody, he wasn't ready.
Yep.
And there's no belt on the line. There's nothing for Crawford to gain from that fight and everything to lose.
Yep.
It's just a complete waste of time. He wants to go up to 154, try and unify those belts, and then retire.
Yep.
So it's, he's not fighting Boots. The fanboys need to wake up to that.
Oh, Bud is good at doing these premonitions, like before he fought Spence. There's a video floating around. He was saying, with Spence right in front of him, he's saying, so when I fight you and knock you out, they're going to say he was weight drained, or there's going to be excuses all over the place and take my credit away. And Spence says right next to him, on my life, you're never going to knock me out. So, that video is like exactly what happened, Spence himself isn't making any excuses, of course, and kudos to him for that. But yeah, if he did fight Giron and beat the snot out of Giron as well, that's exactly what would happen as well. So
man.
He can't win with some fans, no matter how good he is, and he looked really good in that fight. That's the best I've ever seen, Bud. Just calculated, cool, wasting hardly any punches. I mean, his connect percentage was like 60-something%. It was crazy. That's better than video game stats, man. So,
oh man, he couldn't miss the jab. The jab just, every time Spence tried to come in, he just smacked him with that jab. And once Spence couldn't get in and put the beat down on him, he was toast. You could see the hand speed difference. Crawford was just piecing him up, and he'd hit him with that jab. Before Spence could recover from it, he had 3 or 4 punches hitting him in the head.
Yeah, man. Yep.
I just couldn't believe it, mate.
And the extra gusto he'd been put on that jab, because he hasn't really used a pile driver jab recently that I've noticed. He was saying after the fight and with Bomac and whatnot, we were working on that power jab because we knew that would disrupt what Errol Spence does. And, it became so predictable. I mean, Errol Spence is fundamentally sound, but nothing special. He's just got a good engine, he's athletic and can throw a lot of punches. But if you take away him coming in with his double jab, he doesn't know what to do. It's taken away from him. He just tries to keep doing the same thing, but harder. He can't adapt. And Terence,
no, he can't, man.
No, Terence is the adapting king of the welterweight division. That's for sure.
Because everyone was saying, oh, Spence is just going to walk him down. He's going to be throwing this high volume of punches, just beating the shit out of him. He's going to break him. But once that jab was smacking into his face every time he tried to come inside, it was all over.
Yeah, man.
He simply couldn't get in because Crawford's actually got the reach on Spence. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage, and he's a good counter puncher, so he could fight Spence from the outside.
Yep.
So, it was, and even if Spence got inside, Crawford could fight on the inside as well. He was tearing Spence up on the inside with those counter punches, man. He was putting him down, eh?
That boy is real strong too. You can't push him around and bully him. Even if he's smaller, he's still going to be stronger than most people he's in the ring with. Unless he moves up to like 168 and fights Canelo eventually or something for a final fight or something. That might be a bit different, but I've had so many people that have sparred with Terence. That boy inside is strong. You just can't beat him chest to chest.
Oh, that second round, he pushed Spence off him, eh?
Yeah, like it's nothing.
Yeah, he shoved him off him, then he dropped him, and it was like, oh my God, man. He's beating this guy in every way. He's out jabbing him, out muscling him, out punching him, out speeding him. I couldn't believe it. I made a couple of $100 on it. It was all right.
Yeah, well, I had a multi on that had Terence Crawford by knockout in it, but that failed with something else. So just before the fight started, I went and looked at the odds. Oh yeah, they're paying 8-1 for Terence Crawford knockout. I'll throw $10 on that. Thank you very much. And that got me up big time for the weekend. So I was pretty happy with that too. But I didn't actually expect it. I just wanted to put that in there because my other bets had covered Terence by decision, and I had another hedge there just for Errol Spence to win, just enough to cover well, you put a small amount on this to cover your main bet that you think is going to win. So if your main bet loses, your main bet loses, you don't actually lose any money. So
that's what I do all the time, man.
Yeah. The gambling sites don't like doing it. Don't like you doing it, so it's a good idea to have 2 or 3 different gambling sites so you can do them on different ones. They don't know what you're up to.
Yeah, man.
But
another good fight to bet on will be Zhili Zhang and Joe Joyce. One of them's getting stopped.
Yeah, that's the truth. That fight ain't going the distance. I'm gonna quickly have a look at the odds, what they got on that now. Surely they've got some odds. It's not till September or something. Was it mid-September sometime? So we can find out, see if they've got any odds on it. But that's definitely another good one to look at. I haven't even looked at the odds for Usyk and Dubois as yet, but that's probably the next big heavyweight fight coming up, I think. Same weekend as that fiasco with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou.
Yes, yeah.
I won't be watching that. I'll be boycotting that shit.
Yep, I won't be watching it either, man.
Disrespectful, man. To the sport.
I hope Usyk gets through the fight with Daniel Dubois okay, and then see where he moves to. I wonder who he's going to end up fighting. Yeah,
well, are we going to get back on the merry-go-round to see if Tyson's going to fight on the same card as Joshua and Wilder? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, if Fury fights this guy that he's coming up, and then he just retires, he's always going to be the guy that ducked Usyk. Yeah. People are never going to let him forget that.
All right, I've got some odds here for Zhang, and wow, they've got Zhili Zhang at $1.80 just for the win, and Joyce at $2. So Joyce is 2-1, and Zhang is 1.8 to 1. So. For the method of victory, Zhang by knockout. Wow. Okay. Zhang by knockout is paying $2.60, so more than double your money. And Joyce is paying $4 for the knockout. That could be worth a bet. That one.
Yeah, because if Zhang can't get Joyce out of there in the first 6 or 7 rounds, and Zhang starts to gas late, Joyce could come over the top and stop him. Yeah,
it's going to be a question whether Joyce's eye can hold out again. I think if he can get through the 6 without damage that's going to stop the fight, then he's got a good chance of stopping him.
I agree. Yeah, because Zhang in that first fight, he was starting to look a little tired.
He was.
Yeah, so, as you say, if Joyce can keep that eye intact and take it past the 6th or 7th round, he probably will win. Yeah,
I think in that last fight, the big teller was, if you go back, and I actually watched it again last night, I've watched it about 8 times, that fight. But, yeah, the 5th round in particular, you see Zhili Zhang, he doesn't really throw anything. It's just at the very end of the round, he throws about 4 left hands that connect. On that eye that's really damaged, and that's about all he does for the round, and he still managed to win the round, I think. And same in the 6th, he didn't really throw anything for about a minute, and then he just threw like 3 or 4 straight left hands that made the ref stop it and have a look at the eye, and that was it. So he was definitely getting gassed.
Yeah, I think Joyce will be some. I will bet on both. But I think if Joyce can just show a better defence, hopefully learn how to avoid that Zhili Zhang jab, I think he'll probably take it.
Yeah, well, so if you spend $10 on 2 bets, right? Put $5. Or you could put $5 or put $6 on Zhang at $2.60 for the knockout. So if it wins, 6. It'll still win like $20, pretty much. No, it'll win more than that. Oh no, it'll be about $20. And if you put $4 on Zhang to make up your $10, if he wins, that'll pay $16. So either way, you're up. That's just for instance.
Yep. I'll tell you another good fight. It will be Prograis Haney. I think Prograis paying pretty good money for the knockout. The thing with Prograis, if he can get inside, I think he will be able to beat Haney. But if he can't get inside, he's going to lose on points like Kambosos did. He's going to get pieced up with a jab.
Shit.
He didn't look convincing in his last fight, Prograis.
Yeah, we'll put it this way: if Lomachenko can't get inside, he's got much quicker feet than Prograis. And I'm thinking Prograis' last fight, he fought somebody who moves quite a bit.
He didn't look good, eh?
He didn't look good, so if Prograis is the favourite, Haney on points is probably a decent bet. When is that one?
I'm not too sure of the date.
I'm just trying to find it on the betting site. Scrolling through. September 24th, Zhang and Joyce Alvarez, Charlo and Canelo is on the Sunday the 1st of October. Terry Harper, no. Where is it? Lee Wood, Josh Warrington, no. Joshua Buatsi, Dan Aziz, that one could be fun. Tyson. Oh my god, they've got odds up for it now. Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. I was hoping they wouldn't.
Here we are. I've got Regis Prograis Haney. Even Haney's paying. Prograis paying $8 to win on points. He's paying $7 for a stoppage. Prograis.
Yeah, I've got my doubts because Devin Haney's a lot better mover than the last guy that Prograis fought, eh?
Yeah.
So I've got my doubts if he's going to be able to catch up with him.
Yeah, Haney's paying $1.44 for a points decision.
Okay.
So,
has it got a date next to it there?
Hang on a sec. Where is it? Prograis 31st of December. No, that can't be right. I think it's before that.
No, that might be right, mate.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that's an interesting, interesting bet. Haney will probably take it on points. With Prograis getting a stoppage at $7, it's pretty worth putting something on.
What the hell? They've got Tyson Fury v Alexander Usyk odds here for January 1st. What the hell?
Who was that for?
Tyson Fury v Alexander Usyk. They've got it on 365 for the 1st of January.
Jeez.
That's the 31st of December in other parts of the world. And I don't have any...
Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua's 31st of December as well.
Okay, they haven't got that
Joshua's
one.
paying $2.37 and Wilder's $1.57.
Interesting.
We've been spoilt this year, eh, man? Some great fights.
There has been some decent ones. It's kind of like Usyk when he took those bouts off Joshua and Tyson took the belt off Wilder. Shit's just collapsed and people were kind of being forced to fight the people they should have been fighting to a degree. So it's kind of good.
Canelo Alvarez is paying $5 for a stoppage over Jamal. Interesting.
I think he'll do that.
Jamal's paying $5 for a points decision. Canelo's paying $1.73 for a points decision. So there's probably some money to be made in that fight.
Damn right. I'll be Canelo for stoppage in that one. I think I think he can wear him down at 168. It's going to be a big jump, 2 weights divisions for Charlo. It's going to be feeling punches a bit different to what he's used to.
And the thing is, I can't see Jamel stopping Canelo. And even if Jamel manages to get to the scorecards, the PBC have got too much invested in Canelo with that 3-fight deal to have him lose the belts on the first fight.
Yeah.
So I just don't think Jamel will be able to win a points decision. If you put a bet on Canelo at $1.73 to win, then put another bet on him for the stoppage, you should be able to come out with at least break even or come out with a good profit.
That's the one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the only chance Charlo has got is possibly a points decision. There's no way he's knocking out Canelo for me.
No, I can't see it either, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. I'll be betting on Canelo in that one.
Indeed. Right, let me go back up, see what we've got lined up for next weekend. It was supposed to be that Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith card this weekend coming, which had Simon Keane and Guido Vianello on it. I'm just trying to find out whether they're going to put the rest of the undercard on or something, because Artur Beterbiev dropped out. He had a botched root canal and his whole jaw got infected, so that's been delayed until January now.
Oh damn,
it's a pain in the ass. I haven't checked now. I'm just looking through the betting site to see what else is on here, if I recognise anybody for this weekend coming. Oh, there's Dennis McCann fighting. Who else of interest? Kurt Scobie, who the hell? No man, it looks pretty quiet for next weekend. Sean McCallum. Yeah, it's pretty quiet for next weekend, so that's what they've got. I haven't really looked into it yet. But the weekend after that is Usyk Dubois and Trian Ngannou. I don't know what other cards are on yet, so we'll see what happens when we get closer to the time. Any others you want to mention? Oh,
I'm just trying to.
Yeah, Richard Torres had another first round stoppage over the weekend.
Yeah, man. He walked into that. Was it right hand?
Yeah, messed him up bad. He was saying before the fight that he wanted to show some boxing, but you can only do that if the opponent wants to kind of box a bit too. The opponent tried to get aggressive and got smacked over. So, first fight back from injury for Richard Torres. How far would he go? Who knows? I don't think he'll ever be a dominant world champion or anything like that, but I'd like to see him fight a bit higher level opponents. He's, 6 fights in now? 7 fights in now, so he's knocked out all the journeymen he's supposed to knock out. Let's see him step up a bit. I'd like to see him maybe fight the winner of Simon Keane and Guido Vianello or something. It's a bit of a step up.
It's like Jared Anderson too. He needs to get going.
Yeah, well, I wish he'd fight. He seems to not want to fight Zan Kozabutsky for some reason. I mean, they were scheduled to fight. Zan had problems with his visa, so that got canned. And what's his name? Who got put in his place? Charles Martin got put in his place. But hello, Zan Kozabutsky turns up on the bloody card, fighting somebody else.
yeah, man. I'm just looking at the ESPN schedule. Jared Anderson is fighting Rudenko.
Yes, 26th of August, is it?
Yep. 26th of August fighting Rudenko, and Jagba's fighting Zan Kosobu something or other.
Oh, there it is. That's the one. Zan's fighting him on that card.
Yep, Ifia Jagba. Yep.
Yeah. So that'll be an interesting fight too. A lot of people don't know much about Zan Kozabutsky, and he hasn't really shown a lot against the opposition he's faced, but I've noticed he's like in cruise control when he's fighting lower level competition. Even Johan Duipa, he fought, he's cruising along, and as soon as he puts his foot on the gas, the fight's over. So keep an eye on that dude, man. He's a bit sneaky. He can punch, and like I was hinting at, maybe there's a reason Jared Anderson doesn't want to fight that dude yet.
He's bringing something. Yeah, man. Got there's another fight September the 2nd. Liam Smith, Chris Eubank Jr. having the rematch.
Yes.
That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good, man.
It is gonna be interesting. I've always liked Beefy. You know, he's not a big hype job fighter or anything, but he's solid. Everyone knows he's been solid. But if you're not world level, he's gonna beat you. You know. And Chris Eubank Jr. has been like a prospect for 13 years. So what do you do? I think. Yeah, I think Beefy will beat him again. It might take a little bit longer this time because Chris knows what to expect. Maybe Chris will have a bit of a better weight cut. He didn't look very good on the scales last time for me. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely interested in that fight. And that could be another money maker actually for the bets.
Lee Wood, Josh Warrington.
Yeah, Lee Wood should win that one for me, I think. Yeah. He should stop Warrington, but you never know.
Catterall, George Linares. Catterall's better than what people think, eh?
Yeah, Catterall will win that one too.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. October the 28th on DAZN. Regis Prograis, Devin Haney.
October the 28th. Okay.
Yeah, in Las Vegas on DAZN.
Alright.
Yep.
August, I'm just having a quick look through, see if I can find anything. I had a look on my betting site and I haven't found anything. October 28th, that's September 18th. October the 8th. What did you say? October what? 18th.
October the 28th.
28th. 22nd, following weekend. Here we go. Yeah, I've only got Fury and Ngannou on there on this one so far. But it'll come up close to it.
I just go on the ESPN boxing schedule. They've got a really good... It lists everything. It's really good.
Cool. Oh, do they have other platforms schedule on there as well, or just theirs?
Yeah. Yep. They have everything.
Oh.
They've got DAZN, all ESPN, all sorts. They got everything on there.
Wow, that's good to know.
Way to keep up.
Good shit.
Really good way to keep up with it.
Very
just
cool.
Google ESPN boxing.
Yeah.
Just Google ESPN boxing. Then we'll have the schedule and click on schedule, and yep, it's all there.
Shut up. Good having you. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Right.
All right. I think that's probably about us for now, actually. And like I say, it's a pretty quiet weekend coming up, but of course I'll find enough fights to get something up for the Prediction League. Moving into week 9. About 3 weeks left after that to go, and Hannibal's still in the lead. I imagine he had a 40-point gap on everybody else, so
yeah.
Going to add up some scores and see how much further he got ahead of us.
Oh man, he keeps hitting those perfect rounds. He just keeps getting it right. He's got about 10, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. Phil got one this week. I think he got the Joshua one on round 7. Hannibal got one as well. I can't remember which fight it was, but he definitely got one. Can't remember which one it was.
We won't be catching him, but we'll just keep going hard. Go hard to the end, mate.
Yeah, well, I'm fighting with you at the moment, but PCR is creeping up behind us too. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, last week, I saw that, man. He's coming up, man.
So it's fun. It's fun and games, but that is us for today, people. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I'll get some more prediction videos out when we get closer to the weekend of the 26th, with Usyk and Dubois and Fury and the Duck King and Ngannou. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and we'll catch you all next time. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and catch you all next time.
Hey guys. Yep.
All good.
Alright team, that's all we have for you today. Hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit subscribe, and that bell icon for future notifications so you don't miss nothing. Also, get over to the Big Boys Boxing Discord server. The invite link is in the description. There's lots of things you can find there, like fight links, boxing chat, prediction leagues, fight streams, and fight parties. So get into it. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. See you.